Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I just want to be the best in basketball. So I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me. So I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here.
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 I belong here.
Has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then, too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier, too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with Gym Rat's basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the Edge program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here!
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Yo, what's going on? It's Antoine Taylor with Matrix QB. I'm so excited to announce our new book, The Quarterback Tool Shed, strictly designed to help you slow the game down so that you can speed up. Whether you're a parent, a coach, or a player, it's jam-packed with information. We're going to help you slow the game down by giving you a mental processor so that you can speed up. This resource has all the things you need, from reading the defense, passing mechanics, pre-snap filters, coverage ID, and much, much more. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see you on the inside.
How can we help you see today? At A&J Optical, we offer frames for the entire family: Nike, MCM, Timberland, Victoria's Secret, Tom Ford, Clear Eye View, Ray-Ban, Guess, and our own A&J Optical line. We accept most insurance: Davis Vision, iMed, Anthem, United Health, Medicare, and Medicaid. We are located at 3629 North Clinton Street, right next door to Wood & Nickel.
A&J Optical.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Newcastle Fieldhouse here at Newcastle High School. It's regional basketball, part of Class 3A playoffs here on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org. I'm Thad Goff, joined by Connor Hendrickson as my camera operator, and today it's Bishop Dwenger taking on Twin Lakes in the first round of regionals, technically the only round of regionals. You've got 2 games going on, but it's not like the old format where you would have the winners play, or the 4 teams play in the morning and afternoon, and then the winners advance to the championship game in the evening. The winners of this game will advance to semi-state. There won't really be there will be 2 regional championships, you might say, but these teams are not going to play each other today. Or excuse me, the winners of these games are not going to play each other today. Twin Lakes versus Dwenger will play each other, and then Delta will play Peru. That game's scheduled to start at about 7 o'clock. You got to get a little bit of a break before those 2 teams take the court. We got about 2 minutes before these 2 teams start their game. It is worth mentioning, though, that both Bishop Dwenger and Twin Lakes are coming off of upset wins in their respective sectional championship games. Bishop Dwenger, they beat Concordia, the second-place team in the SAC, the same conference that Dwenger is a part of. They beat Concordia on a last-minute buzzer beater, and it was a long buzzer beater by Aslan Nolan, a long 3, kind of a one-handed shot. Took his left hand off the ball, and you have to do that every time you shoot, but in this case he took it off earlier than normal and kind of chucked the ball up with his right hand, and it went in, nothing but net. And Aslan Nolan was the winner in that game for Dwenger over Concordia as they claim the sectional championship in Garrett. Now Twin Lakes, in their sectional championship game, they had to play Rensselaer Central. 61-59 was the final score in that one. Of course, Twin Lakes was the winner in that game. by 2 points. Rensselaer Central was 20-5 coming into play in that game. Really good team that Twin Lakes was taking on, and Twin Lakes was able to knock them off nonetheless. Huge upset for the Indians, and both those teams hoping to ride some of that momentum. In fact, Twin Lakes didn't have much momentum going into sectionals, but they've won their last 2 games against both Rensselaer Central and against Western in the round before that. Before sectionals, the Indians had gone through a 7-game losing streak. That losing streak has, of course, since been snapped. Well, while we have a moment, we'll get a few words in from some of our sponsors that allow us to do these games that we get to do so often. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions and enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Kelly Automotive Group is celebrating their 70th year in business. Shop all 14 of their dealerships and contact Kelly Automotive Group at brands@drivekelly.com. And at Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com to learn more. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Our players are equipped with elite level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. We're going to have the national anthem here in just a moment, so we will turn things over to our PA announcer for today.
And now at this time, let's meet the rosters and starting lineups for both teams. First, let's meet the team representing the guests on the scoreboard, the Twin Lakes Indians. Today, the roster includes number 5, Kate Dwenger, number 10, Oliver Wright, number 11, Jackson Fry, number 20, Bryce Wilhite, number 22, Leo Dwenger, number 31, Avery Kondo, and number 33, Ethan Meade. And now the starting lineup for the Indians. Starting tonight at guard, 6'1" junior, wearing number 3, Gavin Butzinger. At guard, 6'2" senior, wearing number 23, Lou Gano. At guard, 6'1" junior, wearing number 24, Jameson Ellsworth. At forward, 6'2" senior, wearing number 25, Cooper Bell. At forward, 6'4" sophomore, wearing number 3, Kyle Heiser. The head coach of the Indians in his 27th year, Kent Adams.
Well, there you have it. Those are the starters for this game between Bishop Dwenger and Twin Lakes out of Monticello. And with that, we are ready for basketball. Now, Dwenger has the two 6'8" front court guys. There's one of them, Caleb Lehrman, tipping off against Cooper Pell. The tallest guy on the roster for Twin Lakes is Kyle Kaiser. He's a 6'4" sophomore. Dwenger, by and large, had the size advantage over most of Concordia's players. Of course, Concordia did have Alan Termolen, who had a great game, particularly with his offensive rebounding and three-point shooting. But Dwenger was able to outlast Concordia in the sectional championship. And now here they are in regionals, looking to take down Twin Lakes as that ball goes off of Aslan Nolan, the hero of the sectional championship game. And Twin Lakes will get an extra possession. Luke Deno to inbound for Twin Lakes. Right in the middle of that zone is number 23, Deno, and Deno will bring this one back outside. He initially had trouble with the ball. Businger, the feed inside, blocked. Looked like Ross got a hand on it, but apparently Ross was the last to touch the ball. Dwenger going zone early on in this one. They used a whole lot of zone against Concordia in that sectional championship at Garrett High School. Jamison Osley with the basketball. He kicks to the corner. Three ball won't fall, and Ross is there to collect the board for Dwenger. A long possession for Twin Lakes, but they come up empty. Open in the corner is Nolan. Would have been a long two had he shot it. Sam Campbell, as far as scoring goes, was very quiet against Concordia, but he did make a number of great defensive plays. And right immediately on the first possession, Caleb Lehrman, who did not have any field goals against Concordia in the sectional championship, gets an early one here. Caleb Lehrman didn't get any shots from the field, didn't get any makes from the field at least. Preston Ross got a whole bunch of them. I recall he finished that game with 23 points. He was a big-time force inside the paint for Dwenger. So far he's blocked a shot today, and Lehrman almost blocked that one. He did affect it enough to allow the miss, and that was Ross who got the board. Sam Campbell can hit from outside. He'll drive inside here. His floater does not go. Tipped up and in, reaching over his head is Preston Ross. And we'll go ahead and reflect this 4-0 lead that Bishop Dwenger currently has. The two big men scoring early on as the Saints set up their zone. The kick out to a wide open Gavin Businger couldn't knock it down, and it's Nolan who gets the board. Campbell lets it fly, in and out. Well, Campbell 0 for 2 from the field so far, but sometimes a great athlete can get it going at any moment. Campbell does average double figures. He's a good three-point shooter. Ball's batted away. Chasing after it was Nolan. Could not get the steal, and now Quinlan going after a takeaway. Matt Kostoff Saints being pesky early on. There's Nolan with some help side D. Businger gets a high screen from Cooper Pell. Twin Lakes is out of Monticello, Indiana. There's a pull-up jumper, and Cooper Pell knocks it down to get Twin Lakes on the board. So far, it's the Dwenger Bigs who have gotten the buckets for the Saints. Twin Lakes looks to be in a 3-2 or maybe a matchup zone here as Campbell looks for help down low. He's got Ross down there. Ross is well guarded, though. Lehrman goes up to make the catch, and that can help when you're 6'8". Lehrman was crowded by defenders, but his height helped him, and he scored the ball. Four early points for Caleb Lehrman. There's a catch-and-shoot three. Businger looked like it was blocked, but Monticello had the offensive board, and here comes Campbell. Campbell down the floor, left it short, put back is good, and trailing there on the play was Preston Ross. A timeout taken by Monticello and their head coach Ken Adams. We got a couple of replays worth showing you here on our Traction AP replay, and we'll do that here in just a second. It's a 30-second timeout taken by Monticello. Here's a look at our latest replay, or one of our latest replays. We'll go ahead and start that one a little sooner because you need to see what happened early on in the possession. You need to see what happened before Caleb Lehrman caught the ball. You'll see there he's got a couple of defenders in close. They close in on him as the ball gets to him, but Lehrman at 6'8" was able to make the catch and find himself a bucket. And Preston Ross, the trailing big man, has found himself a couple of field goals, a couple of offensive putbacks on 2 occasions. You'll see one of them here, and credit to Sam Campbell getting the steal. He was feisty on the defensive side against Concordia, but there's Preston Ross trailing on the play, and he's able to put it back. Our replays, as always, are brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance. Ross and Campbell with 4 points apiece so far. A lot of basketball left to be played, but Dwenger, with this 2-3 zone, has forced Twin Lakes in a lot of difficult shots. Now, Twin Lakes has had a lot of long possessions as well. And if they continue to get second chances, they may be able to work their way back in this ballgame. They get another one here, but Preston Ross says, no, you don't. Preston Ross has been active as a shot blocker. I believe that's already his second block of the game. Unfortunately, it does give Twin Lakes a second chance. Shot blocking is good. It's a huge asset. Unfortunately, it can also give a team an extra possession, and that's what it's done here for Twin Lakes. Into the game is Oliver Wright. They get the ball to him right on the edge of that zone. His jumper doesn't fall, and Ross wins that rebound battle. He had to throw the pass right over Lehrman to get it to Campbell. Lehrman calling for it down low. He's the younger brother of Indiana Tech's Lucas Lehrman, who is a Dwenger graduate. That's a catch-and-shoot 3 for Cam Quinlan. That won't fall, and that's one thing that Dwenger has not done in this game. They have not made a 3. Still got 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. A little baseline drive here by Luke Deno. The kick out to Businger. As it knocked away, Quinlan caused the steal, and Ross secured it. The double team leads to a turnover. The lob to Lehrman. Feeds it back outside. Campbell, he can shoot from out there. He missed that one. Quinlan gives the Saints an extra possession. I think that's only the third offensive rebound of this game for the Saints. Now the 2 prior ones were by Preston Ross, and he wasted no time putting the ball back. Cameron Quinlan comes up short. Ball's loose on the deck. And that's Lehrman who fights for it. And Aslan Nolan immediately called a timeout. The call in the end is a jump ball. The Saints will keep possession. Well, the benefit of that is you get to keep your timeout. Saints still have all 5 of theirs. Cooper Pell will re-enter for the Indians. He's the only Indian so far in this game to make a basket. Long possession here for Dwenger. Catch and shoot 3 for Campbell. No good. Offensive board, Nolan. He finds Ross, and Ross puts it in. Not the same as the other putbacks he had. This time it was Nolan who got the board and fed it to Ross. But nonetheless, 6 second chance points for the 6'8" senior. Right in the middle of the zone, the jumper does not fall, and there's Ross doing work on the defensive glass. Cooper Pell took the shot. From the corner, it's Quinlan. He steps inside, and the jumper rolls out. Oh, my goodness, are you kidding me? Preston Ross is owning the glass. Full timeout called by Monticello, by Twin Lakes out of Monticello. We'll take a 1-minute break along with them here on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Bishop Dwenger with a 12-2 lead, and Preston Ross already has 8 second chance points. He just got 2 more moments ago. He's been a trailing big man a number of times in this game for the Saints. There's a catch-and-shoot 3 that does not go. Ross was there going for the rebound. It's off of Twin Lakes and out of bounds. Well, full court pressure by Twin Lakes. Down the floor goes Ross. Will the basket count? They called a foul. And it looks like they are going to count it. Well, Preston Ross up to 10 points. His first 8 points of this game were second chance points. Ross had a monstrous performance against Concordia, and he's doing almost all the scoring for Dwenger. Of course, Caleb Lehrman has also gotten on the board. He did not make a field goal in the game against Concordia. Ross comes up short of the free throw. There is Lehrman with the offensive board, and then he's fouled. Dwenger looking for a 4-point possession. 1:03 left to go in this first quarter. And Lehrman is true on the first try. The jump shots so far have not been falling for Bishop Dwenger, but when they've gotten it to the big men down low, they've usually been able to score. Caleb Lehrman has 5 points. He did miss the second free throw there. Preston Ross scoring most off of second chance points, and Twin Lakes looking for some kind of answer. Gavin Businger has it. They get to the middle of the zone to Luke Deno. That's blocked again, and this time it's Caleb Lehrman. The big men having a field day here at Newcastle Fieldhouse. Again, though, it's another long possession for Twin Lakes. They've had a number of these. This is something to watch out for, whether it's through offensive rebounds or block shots that go out of bounds. Twin Lakes has been able to get a number of extra possessions today, and this time it results in points. Luke Deno with the jumper. The Indians set up their press. Ethan Roy down the floor. The ball's knocked away and out of bounds. Stays with Dwenger. 20.2 left to go here in this first quarter. The Saints can hold for the final shot of the quarter. Got an update from one of our other games. Blackhawk Christian and their regional is leading 21-6. Lob to Caleb Lehrman. Big men have dominated so far, but Roy trying to get them their first 3. He doesn't, but Stellan Rustin has the offensive board. Still 8 seconds, and the pass goes too high over the outstretched arms of Ethan Roy. And Twin Lakes, with 8.3 seconds, can get this to a single-digit game if they can get a bucket here. Down to 2 seconds. They got to get something off. Deno for 3, off the mark. Well, Dwenger with a dominant first half, particularly the big men. Caleb Lehrman and Preston Ross making it happen down low. We're back in just a moment for the start of the second quarter on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Here at Newcastle Fieldhouse, it is Dwenger up 15-4. Caleb Lehrman already has 8 points. He's got 11 points total. Excuse me, not Caleb Lehrman. Preston Ross has 10 points total. 8 of them have been second chance points. Caleb Lehrman does have 5. He's chipped in plenty well for Bishop Dwenger so far in this one. It's a pull-up jumper by Gavin Businger, and he knocks it down, and Twin Lakes has the last 4 points scored in this game. Twin Lakes continues to use this full court pressure. Campbell beats it, finds Ross, and Ross with a catch halfway in the air puts it home. 12 points for Preston Ross after his monstrous performance against Concordia. Both these teams had to upset quality opponents to get to this regional game. Concordia was 18-6 before Dwenger knocked him off. The 3-ball from Luke Deno goes too strong. Traveling the call, it was another offensive rebound, this time by Jamison Owsley. But he travels right after securing it. Leo Dellinger will re-enter the game. Roy gets the ball across the timeline and finds Quinlan. That was almost taken away. Businger had his eyes on a potential steal. Calling for it down low is Stellan Rustin. He and Ross are basically the front court guys right now. Caleb Lehrman getting a break. Ross is trying to work through multiple defenders. Campbell uses the fake. Gets into the paint, went up with a shot, lost the ball. They say Twin Lakes touched it last. Ross, that was a push-off. That was as clear as day. He used his left hand to push down, I believe it was Cooper Pell. Or perhaps Jamison Owsley. But either way, it was pretty clear that Lehrman stuck his left arm out there and knocked him down. Rather that Ross did that. Speaking of Caleb Lehrman, though, he is back in the ball game, giving Ross a breather after that foul. Businger's double teamed. Owsley, the 3, won't go. Ethan Roy was going after it. And I tell you what, if he had let that thing go, we might be looking at Dwenger basketball. Aslan Nolan checks back in, the 6'1 sophomore. That ball was knocked out of bounds, it looked like, by Campbell. And I think that's Zane Burke sitting right down there. From afar, it looks like him. And I can definitively say he was at Dwenger's last game against Concordia. I saw him there. Of course, Zane Burke went to Blackhawk Christian, and his Braves are in action today. Burke is now at St. Francis. Little floater in the paint is good. Gavin Businger. 4 straight points for Buzinger, and Twin Lakes hanging around. They got their full court press set up. And here's Nolan across the timeline. That's kicked out of bounds off the foot of Jamison Osley. An update that Wayne is currently leading in their game, 21-14. Wayne with a huge couple of accomplishments this year. They won the SAC, won sectionals. I believe it was the first time since 1994 that the Generals accomplished that feat. Quinlan the fake. Nolan, the lob, Ross over the back, that's a foul. Well, having size can be a huge advantage, but even a huge advantage like good size can be a disadvantage at times, especially when a 6'8" guy crawls over the back of a guy who's 6'1". I think it was Osley who he crawled over. And now with that foul, Twin Lakes has a chance to get this possibly to a 2-possession game. Oh, that's poked away. Sam Campbell was eyeing it all the way, takes it to the cup. Sam Campbell read that thing like a book. Spinning inside is Cooper Pell, and he traveled. Kyle Kaiser will re-enter the game for the Twin Lakes Indians. They've used this press quite a bit, especially since Dwenger got up to their 8-point lead. Quinlan finds Lehrman, and the Saints avoid the 10-second clock. Preston Ross, as good of a game as he has had, as that was Gavin Buzinger, who almost got a steal, similar to the style of Campbell, but he knocked it to the sideline. As good of a game as Preston Ross has had, he's on the bench with 2 fouls, and we may see him again later in this half, we might not. Of course, Caleb Lehrman has proven that he could be a good force in the paint. He's had a good game so far today, 5 points already. That offensive rebound right there was by Stellan Rustin. It's a jump ball. The arrow favors Dwenger. And Campbell will look to put it in play. Right in front of the Twin Lakes student section. We'll go with the long inbound to Cam Quinlan. Lehrman calling for it down low. In a one-on-one battle with Kyle Kaiser. Nolan, or rather Quinlan, finds Nolan on the outside. So we work our way down to the halfway mark of the second quarter. The lob to Lehrman. He turns, fires, but misses. Kept alive. And Rustin able to find Quinlan. Rustin had very little space to work with down there. They get it to him on the block. Count the basket and a foul. Stellan Rustin takes a spill, but he's going to the free throw line. Leo Dellinger called for the foul. And Rustin goes to the charity stripe, trying to complete the three-point play. He does. Well, in the first quarter, it was all Ross and Lehrman who were doing the scoring. The second quarter, we've had Sam Campbell get a bucket. We've seen one from Stellan Rustin, and most of the game it's been Twin Lakes getting the second chance opportunities. Dwenger got one on that last possession. Little screen by Pell, and the three is good. First three of the game, Jamison Osley. Saints beat the full court press. The Saints have not made a three yet in this game. The big men have been dominant. The Saints have not been able to connect from beyond the arc. Campbell uses the fake, gets into the paint. Wide open is Cameron Quinlan. His three doesn't go. Put back by Nolan. Count it, and a foul. Another and one chance for the Saints. Aslan Nolan creating the second chance. .258 to go here in the second quarter, and Nolan, who was the hero of the game against Concordia, completes the three-point play here. He's on the board for the first time in this one. Saints get a takeaway. It's Campbell, and Campbell puts it in, and we're going to have a timeout. Sam Campbell with another steal. And we will take a break right along with them here on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org.
This has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, I mean, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, I mean, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really –
It is all Bishop Dwenger, 27-11 over Twin Lakes. Sam Campbell with a couple of steals resulting in points in this game. Early on it was Preston Ross and Caleb Lehrman doing all the scoring, but we've seen the guards get more active in the scoring here in the second quarter. Jamison Owsley was very close to the timeline there. Nolan comes to close out against Deno. Owsley for three. He's hit one, make it two. Quinlan across the timeline. He slows down, goes outside to Campbell. Campbell fakes. That ball's poked away. Nolan with the recovery. Lehrman calling for it down low. Ross having a big ball game, but he's got 2 fouls already. Right now, Matt Kostoff trying to keep him out of any further foul trouble. Speaking of fouls, there's another one on the Saints. Looks like it's going on Stellan Rustin. Nope, it's going to go on Aslan Nolan. Gavin Buzinger and Luke Deno will check back into the game for Twin Lakes. That's Nolan's first foul of the game. Very few fouls. 3 fouls against Dwenger so far this first half. 4 against Twin Lakes. Trying to get into the paint is Avery Kondo. And he was fouled. Nope, check that. Jump ball. Jump ball gives it to the Indians. And Gavin Buzinger will put it in play. Cooper Pell gets the inbound and feeds that one off. That's Avery Kondo for three, and his three won't fall. Nolan gets the screen from Sam Campbell. Campbell for three, too strong. Saints still do not have a make from three in this game, but Caleb Lehrman muscling his way. The basket won't count. It's traveling. Bussinger across the timeline as the Saints set up in their 2-3 zone. They used a lot of 2-3, a lot of 3-2 against Concordia. Actually more 3-2, I thought, than 2-3. Stellan Rustin with the takeaway. He just snatched it. Coming up on a minute to play. And Dwenger can hold for the final shot of the half. There's no shot clock in Indiana high school basketball, so they can hold all the way till the clock hits 1 second. Technically, you could hold the clock all the way till it hits 0, but by that time, it'd be too late to get a shot off. And the way Dwenger is playing this out, it looks like they will hold for the final shot. Aside from the fact that Rustin was calling for the ball down low, as he is now. Nolan leaning in, draws the foul. With 28.4 seconds left, Aslan Nolan gets himself a trip to the free throw line late in the first half clock. Nolan's free throw spins out. There's some of the other games going on today. Blackhawk Christian's playing Tipton. And you got Wapahani taking on Carroll. That's Carroll out of Flora, Indiana. Not to be confused with Carroll of Fort Wayne. Later on, we'll have Delta versus Peru. And right now, Wayne is taking on Noblesville. Later on, it'll be Northside versus Kokomo. Nolan gets one of two free throws, and back down the floor come the Indians. This is Gavin Buzinger. Twin Lakes now can hold for the final shot. Oh, but Campbell, being stingy there, almost got the steal. Deno swings it cross court, and there is a steal. It's Rustin. Can he get a shot off? Campbell at the buzzer, and that's way off the mark. Dwenger closes out the half with a takeaway and almost a transition bucket. But it is a 28-14 lead. No, we're not playing football, though it was all not that long ago when the Saints won a state championship in football. That was 2018. Trying to get past regionals in basketball and on to semi-state. 28-14 your score. Get a few more words in from our sponsors before we go to our next break. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. A system and solution that fits your unique needs. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. Are you ready to do what it takes to put your past behind you? Whether it's expunging your criminal record or helping to get your driver's license reinstated, Jolly Law Firm and Chief Counsel David Jolly is your answer. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing top-notch commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. We serve every level of athlete with our integrated sports medicine team, including the region's only specialized athletic rehab facility. Learn more about our services by logging on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Well, at halftime here at Newcastle Fieldhouse, Dwenger's leading 28-14 over Twin Lakes. We'll be back in just a moment. Give you the first half statistics here on SummitCitySports.com and IHSATV.org.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back!
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
It's 28-14. Bishop Dwenger on top of Twin Lakes at halftime here at Newcastle Fieldhouse. We're going to go ahead and read off the first half statistics for you. First, for the visitors from Twin Lakes, Jamison Owsley is the leading scorer with 6 points. He's got 2 threes. Gavin Bussinger has 4 points. Luke Deno has 2, and Cooper Pell has 2. For Dwenger, their leading scorer is Preston Ross. He's got 12 points. Caleb Lehrman has 5. Sam Campbell has 4. He scored off a couple of steals. Aslan Nolan has 4, and Stellan Rustin has 3. We'll give you a little more recap of what's gone on so far in this game. When we return, you are watching regional basketball on IHSAATV.org and SummitCitySports.com.
Empowered Sports Club is a volleyball-first facility and home to Empowered's Volleyball Academy and Pro Beach Juniors. At Empowered, we focus on development and the process over outcome, and we believe our record-setting recruitment numbers, 24 athletes alone in our 2023 class, 100% college placement rate, and continued success at the highest levels by our alumni speak for themselves, confirming that Empowered is your best option for overall athlete development. This year, we have once again upgraded our club model, programming, and staff to keep us out in front as one of the country's leaders in total athlete development, mind, body, and soul. But none of this would even be possible if God hadn't blessed us with a 90,000 square foot state-of-the-art volleyball and multi-sport facility that includes indoor turf, PSM weight training, 4 volleyball courts, and 5 indoor beach courts. Empowered is here to stay. So if you're looking for a long-term home and one you will never outgrow, we believe the choice is clear. Empowered is the most thorough and all-inclusive junior Olympic development program in the country.
Team Pineapple Volleyball Club was established in 1997 and has become synonymous with top-level volleyball in Northeast Indiana. Lloyd Ball is the owner and director at Team Pineapple, and he's also one of the coaches. Ball is a 4-time Olympian and a gold medalist at the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games. Join the Pineapple family today. Go to their website, teampineapple.com, for all programming information. Team Pineapple trains at the brand new Ball Sports Academy. This facility has indoor volleyball courts, Parkview Sports Performance, Parkview Ortho Clinic, Olympic weight room, in-house massage therapy, and the state-of-the-art CET Cryo Spa for post-training therapy. Head north on Highway 69 towards Angola and come see how champions are made at the Ball Sports Academy.
Bishop Dwenger leading 28-14 in the game so far, and the size advantage of the likes of Preston Ross and Caleb Lehrman has so far made a difference. Ross has 12 points. Lehrman does have 5, and he's been able to use that size of his to make some tough catches even when he's surrounded by 2 or 3 guys. He's able to get the ball and usually get a shot up, and he's been able to knock a couple down so far. And Ross, with his offensive rebounding, has had a great game. He's got 8 second-chance points. Those all came in the first quarter. Now, it's worth mentioning that Ross is in not necessarily foul trouble. He's only committed 2 fouls, but his second foul came fairly early in the second quarter. So that'll be something to watch out for in the second half. Can he stay out of any further foul trouble, at least during the course of the third quarter? Now, Twin Lakes doesn't have nearly the size of the guys like Preston Ross and Caleb Lehrman on Dwenger's side, but Twin Lakes has been able to get number of offensive rebounds tonight, gotten a lot of second chances, in some cases due to blocked shots by the Saints. So that could be something to watch for as this game goes on. Dwenger has been able to get stops off of steals. Sam Campbell has a couple of steals in this game. Stellan Rustin had an easy pickings kind of steal earlier as well. We've got just under 3 minutes to go until the second half gets underway. We'll be back in just a moment. You are watching regional basketball on IHSAATV.org and SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Dealing with joint pains, sprains, strains, or back pain? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, Ortho Express has specialized orthopedic physicians on staff when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Friday 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more.
Second half comes your way in just a matter of moment as Dwenger leads 24-18 over Twin Lakes. We do have an update. Wayne is leading Noblesville 33-27 at halftime. Preston Comer with a buzzer-beating three at the end of the first half. Preston Comer having a pretty good season after this is his first year of school ball, according to head coach Byron Pickett, in some previous interactions with him via email. Preston Comer is maybe his first year of school ball, but he's had some games where he took guys to school. I don't know his exact point total for that particular game, but he's a big man who's capable of defending well, capable of scoring on a consistent basis, and he's a sophomore, as I recall. Now, Dwenger's got plenty of good big men. They got Caleb Lehrman and Preston Ross. Ross with 12 points already in this game. And he is back in the game to start the third quarter. Did have those two fouls. Both came in the second quarter. Did not commit any fouls in the first quarter. We'll see if he can stay out of any further foul trouble for the rest of this game. Ross here setting the screen for Sam Campbell. He lobs it across court to Nolan. Nolan had the game-winning three against Concordia to send the Saints here to Newcastle for regionals. Ross calling for it. They get it to him. Ross went for a tougher shot than he looked like he had. It looked like if he had just gone up with his left hand off the left side of the glass, he's probably got 2 easy points. He went for the reverse instead. Wide open outside is Gavin Bussinger. The dish. Get it back to Bussinger. Bussinger through the paint. The floater. It's no good, and Lehrman's got the rebound for Dwenger. Nolan finds Quinlan down the floor. He stops and pops. And there were 2 Indians there for the rebound, including Leo Dellinger. Stepping to his right is Jamison Owsley. The 3-ball won't fall. Ross tapped it out, but Owsley with the recovery. Count the basket and a foul. Looks like Caleb Lehrman's going to be called for that one. That'll send Jamison Owsley to the line. Owsley able to complete the three-point play. Quick down the floor go the Saints. It's Campbell with the blow-by. Well, Campbell, when he's been able to get out and run in transition, he's been able to find the bucket. Especially off a couple of steals. That time, off a quick run down the floor. Ross with the rebound, almost uncontested rebound. Oh, Nolan almost lost track of the ball. He found it in time. Ross and Lehrman posting up down low. Ross nearly had 2 easy points on the Saints' first possession of this half. Campbell will bring it back out. Ross and Lehrman have switched positions now. Quinlan on the drive. He's blocked but fouled. Lehrman's putback won't count, and Cameron Quinlan will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Saints leading at 30-17 over the Indians. Saints have yet to use a timeout in this game. And Quinlan able to knock down the first free throw. Kyle Kaiser comes back into the game for Twin Lakes. Quinlan goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. Quinlan's on the board for the first time in this game. Handoff goes to Owsley. Owsley guarded by Quinlan. Bussinger for 3, and he hits it. Well, three-point shooting has been advantage Twin Lakes all game long. The Saints have not made a 3. Twin Lakes, the few threes they have, they've hit 3 of them. Campbell was open. Now he's going to drive baseline. Missed it. Ross with the board. Putback is good. Count the basket. How do you stop Preston Ross on the glass? Ross has just been roaming around that offensive glass, getting 1 second chance opportunity after another. Give him 10 second chance points for this game. But he missed the free throw. That's one thing he hasn't done yet in this game, is make a free throw. He's had 2 and 1 chances. Missed from the line both times. Bussinger using the screen. They get it over to Pell. That's Quinlan guarding him. Owsley, contested shot, and he's fouled by Lehrman. Well, so far in this third quarter, Preston Ross has been able to stay out of foul trouble, but Lehrman has committed 2 this half. Jamison Owsley goes to the line. Owsley trying to keep Twin Lakes in this ballgame. He's the first Indian to reach double digits in this game. Leo Dwenger re-enters for the Indians. He'll take the place of Oliver Wright. The free throw rolls out, and then Quinlan gets fouled as he went in to grab the board, and Quinlan fortunately able to get back up. When he rolled around like that, I thought he might not be getting up at all, but thankfully he did. And the Saints take over as the Indians set up their full court press. A little 1-2-2 zone press here. They've used a lot of full court pressure in this ball game. Campbell finds Nolan across the timeline. Nolan secures the ball. And both big men almost right next to each other there. The lob to Lehrman. He makes the catch and finds the cup. Seven points this game for Caleb Lehrman after he was held scoreless from the field against Concordia. And there's Lehrman right there for the board. And here come the Saints. It's Campbell on the run, flips it to Ross, count it, and a foul. Ross right back to the line. Well, whether it's the second chance points or the contested buckets that get him to the free throw line, Ross is having a field day here in Newcastle. And finally, he gets one to fall from the stripe. Kyle Kaiser called for that last foul. It's his second. And we have just passed the halfway mark of the third quarter. Loose ball caught by Kaiser. He was right there at the right place at the right time. We're going to get a foul as Caleb Lehrman was running down the floor. I think Quinlan's going to be called for this one. Looked like he made contact, and yes, it is on Quinlan. Luke Deno at the line. Deno able to hit the first free throw. Second one rolls in. Full court pressure again, and Dwenger has been pretty successful in transition, but that time they're not. The pass went too high and right into the hand of Luke Deno. Bussinger fakes. Turnaround jumper, it's blocked. Caleb Lehrman, but it's recovered by Deno. Bussinger for three, comes up short, and it's Lehrman who collects. Almost had a little run in there with Nolan, but they get things together, and that's a tough catch by Quinlan there on the sideline. Knifing through traffic, Quinlan, no good. Ross, do we have a foul or a travel? It looks like a foul against Twin Lakes. Ross came down hard, and the call is that he was fouled. Avery Kondo called for the foul. Leo Dellinger will re-enter the ball game. Campbell with the lob. Right now they got Ross in the high post and Lehrman on the low post on the opposite side. Opposite side of the block, that is. Knifing through is Campbell, too strong. Ross with another offensive board and another putback. And what else is new? $19 points for Ross. Oh, Rustin was close to getting a takeaway there. Turnaround jumper. Deno drains it. Campbell finds Rustin across the timeline. Nolan. Rustin's number 10. Nolan is number 24. Now, I do know that Xavier Nolan used to wear the number 24 on the baseball field, and I think he wore that same number on the basketball court as well. Lob into Ross, makes a tough catch, and Ross puts it home. Get him the ball, and good things happen. And Ross is now over 20 points for the game. Oh, that's thrown right to Rustin, and he almost secures the takeaway. Did they just call a foul on him? Or perhaps on Nolan. Oh, it's an offensive foul. Offensive foul on Leo Dellinger. Knocked him down as Rustin was going for the steal. Campbell met by Gavin Bussinger. Lehrman calling for it. Campbell's open. And finally, he's off the three-point schneid. Not only is he off the three-point schneid, the Saints are. That's their first three of the ball game. And they take a 21-point lead, their largest of the game. Owsley trying to get around Stellan Rustin. Left-handed floater won't fall. Comes out to Rustin. Campbell looking for Ross. Missed it on the way up, but he got it back. Putback won't fall. We're inside the final minute of the third. Bussinger gets around the screen. His floater won't go, and Lehrman secures the board. Behind the back dribble, Ethan Roy goes to the corner. Campbell to the basket. Clean block according to the officials. And there for the rebound is Avery Kondo. Stellan Rustin called for the foul with 33 seconds left. Only 4 fouls this half against Dwenger. 6 so far on Twin Lakes. So actually they've got the Saints in the bonus. Long pass over to the corner. Down to 13 seconds. Looks like Twin Lakes is holding for the final shot of the quarter. Nearly ripped away. Campbell got a hand on it. Down to 3 seconds. Desperation heave, and that comes up short as Jamison Owsley was well defended. 46-25, Bishop Dwenger on top as we go to the fourth quarter on this broadcast of regional basketball brought to you by SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org.
Sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Well, Bishop Dwenger on top 46-25 over Twin Lakes, and it has been the Preston Ross show today. Now, we did ask the question, going into halftime and coming out of halftime, would Preston Ross be able to stay out of any further foul trouble? In that third quarter, he was. He did not commit a foul in that third quarter. Still got a whole fourth quarter left to play, but Dwenger with a 21-point lead over Monticello, and Ross has had a lot to do with that. 21 points, but right there scoring is Avery Kondo. A lot of those points off of second chance opportunities. A lot of them off of his own rebounds as well. As Rustin keeps control of the ball, Ross has also blocked 2 shots in this game. Campbell into the paint. Lob to Ross right through his hands. Ross didn't have possession with the ball, and that is, he didn't have possession on his way down, and then he palms to the ground and forces Matt Kostoff to use his first timeout. Well, they take a timeout. We'll go ahead and take a timeout as well here on SummitCitySports.com and IHSATV.org.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAFoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Dwenger up 19 points over Twin Lakes. Preston Ross putting on a show today, but here's Ethan Roy looking to get on the board, and the show continues. Preston Ross putting in 2 more. They go outside to Bussinger. Owsley for 3, and he hits it. Jamison Owsley, one of the bright spots for Twin Lakes in this game. He's hit 4 threes. So far, Twin Lakes has outshot Dwenger from 3. They've hit 4. Dwenger has only hit 1. It's the guy who's dribbling the ball right now who made it, Sam Campbell. After not hitting a 3 against Concordia, he finally gets off the schneid. Campbell on the drive to the basket. All bounces off the rim. For a second there, it looked like Campbell had an easy bucket, and then somebody put a lid on the rim. Another 3 ball for Owsley, his 5th. Back-to-back 3s for Jamison Owsley, and a 30-second timeout called by the Saints. It's only their second used in this game. We'll take one right along with them here on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org.
Has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, I mean, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, I mean, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really –
48-33 in favor of Bishop Dwenger. Now, one thing that Twin Lakes has had going for it in this game is the three-point shooting. They've hit 6 threes as a team, 5 of those coming from Jamison Owsley. He just hit his 5th moments ago. Saints get the ball across the timeline. Nolan will bring it outside, perhaps wanting to use up a little more clock before the Saints take their next shot. They've got the clock under 6 minutes here. Caleb Lehrman calling for it. They go to Ross. Lehrman makes the catch, and he's fouled on the way up. And Caleb Lehrman, who, as I recall, did not hit a single shot from the field against Concordia. He's got 7 points for this game. Hit 3 shots from the field. He'll go back to the free throw line. Oh, that free throw's well off the mark. Draws a huge cheer from the Twin Lakes crowd. The second one rattles home. Right through the zone, knocked away initially by Nolan, as the Indians were trying to get the ball to Cooper Pell. Now they do get it to him, and coming wide open down low is Oliver Wright. The lob to Lehrman across the timeline from Campbell. Lehrman, he left it short right in front of the rim, but he got it back. Lehrman up with it, offensive foul. The basket will come off the board. Well, give Caleb Lehrman all the credit in the world for sticking with it, but unfortunately he commits the foul in this case. That's his 3rd. He committed 2 fouls in the 3rd quarter. Stellan Rustin's going to go to the scorer's table. To the corner for Owsley. Owsley has been red hot from beyond the arc. He's hit 5 threes in this game. As a team, Twin Lakes has hit 6 threes. Dwenger as a team has hit just 1. Owsley wants some more. Doesn't get it. Nolan with the rebound, trying to stay in bounds, and he's fouled. And I think that's Dellinger. No, check that. It's Cooper Pell. 8th team foul against Twin Lakes. And that will send Aslan Nolan to the free throw line. It will be 1-1 for Dwenger as Aslan Nolan steps to the charity stripe. Nolan has not shot free throws since the first quarter. Actually, the second quarter, I believe. But he hits the first one. Nolan goes 2 for 2, and here come the Indians across the timeline. Get a high screen from Oliver Wright. Kick to the corner for Deno. That last foul on Cooper Pell, by the way, was his 4th of the game. 3-ball rolls off. Lehrman taps it out. Rather, Ross does, but that's double dribble on Cameron Quinlan. A rare turnover by the Saints. And the Indians take over. A trip to semi-state on the line. They go inside to Wright. Wright's jumper won't fall. It's out of bounds. That was off of Preston Ross. Good effort by Campbell to try and save it, but he was just a little bit too late. Oh, nearly a steal. Nolan climbed up the ladder going for that one. 3-ball won't fall, and it's Wright who pulls it down. Wright just got it off, and then a foul down low. Cooper Pell going to the line. I think they got Nolan for that foul. Indeed they did. And Cooper Pell able to hit the first of 2 free throws. He goes 2 for 2. Down the floor goes Quinlan with the blow by. He scores. Cameron Quinlan to the cup. And that's Quinlan's first field goal of the game. Drive to the basket, batted around, and it's Lehrman who comes down with the board. A drive into the basket is Ross. His shot gets put back by Campbell. Well, Preston Ross, for all he's done for Bishop Dwenger, has not yet gotten to dunk the basketball. Had a chance to there, but couldn't quite finish. We get a foul here on the Saints. Cooper Pell will go to the line. That's the 7th team foul on Dwenger. It puts Twin Lakes in the 1-and-1. That free throw rims out, and Lehrman crashes in to get the board. Baseline drive, Quinlan to the cup, yes. Dwenger gets the lead back out to 20 points. Three ball won't go, and crashing in is Aslan Nolan. His pass tipped and taken away. That shot won't fall. Nolan stayed back there to defend, out of bounds off of Twin Lakes. Dwenger ball. Campbell puts it in to Caleb Lehrman. And then Campbell gets past the pack all the way to the basket. Sam Campbell on a breakaway. Bussinger guarded by Lehrman. Nearly taken away by Nolan. He did get a hand on it. Owsley, no. Campbell, another blow by, scores again. Campbell is taken over here in the fourth quarter, 61-37. Over to Dellinger in the corner. 15 points in this game for Sam Campbell. Had a great second half. The jumper goes. That's Owsley. Jamison Owsley connects on another one, and we've got another timeout, this one called by Twin Lakes. It's going to be a full timeout, so we will take one right along with them. You're watching regional basketball on SummitCitySports.com and IHSATV.org.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
We got a minute 48 left to go here at Newcastle Fieldhouse. Traveling, I think, is going to be the call here on Campbell. Actually, Twin Lakes is going to get some subs into the game now. They let the subs come in after Campbell had started running with the basketball. That is a late substitution. Got a minute 46 left to go in the ball game, and looks like Dwenger's moving on to regionals. We'll go ahead and update our score, 61-40. That is the correct score. And a student section for Twin Lakes, giving thanks to their seniors. Nolan gives that one up to Rustin. He'll lob it inside. Tough catch, Charlie Olson. And Olson hits the floater. Now he's 6'6". And with Preston Ross set to graduate this coming spring, Olson could very well see an increased role. Excuse me, Olson's actually a senior as well. So he will not see an increased role, not at Dwenger at least. And now Matt Kostoff is going to get his subs into the game. Stellan Rustin, Sam Campbell will both head to the bench, along with Aslan Nolan. Now, Nolan's a sophomore, so a couple more years of basketball, you would think, left for him. Luke Jackway has come in off the bench. He's a 6'2" junior. Dribbled to the right with Harrison Parent, and traveling is the call as we've got 1:04 left to go in this game. A catch-and-shoot three for Bryce Wilhite, and Wilhite knocks it down. Tough catch over there in the corner by Ryan Groves, and Groves dishes it off to Charlie Olson, and Olson able to put it home. Wilhite will bring it back out. They give that one up to Ethan Need. Long three won't go. Rebound comes right out initially to Ryan Groves, but it's taken right back by Kyle Kaiser. Wilhite was thinking about the catch-and-shoot three. Instead, they get the ball to Aiden Venters. Floater won't fall. That shot taken by Wilhite. And it's Harrison Parent who comes down with the board, and Dwenger can basically just run out the clock. And that's it. The Bishop Dwenger Saints are regional champions. The Saints will go marching on to semi-state next week. And it's worth mentioning that for Matt Kostoff, it's his third regional championship as Dwenger's head coach. His last one was in 2015. That was one of back-to-back regional championships. Went 17-9 in 2014 and 14-14 in 2015 as the Saints had to work their way through certainly a difficult sectional championship game, difficult opponent in that sectional championship game, knocking off the 18-6, now 18-7 Concordia Cadets. The Bishop Dwenger Saints continue their season. They'll go on to semi-state next week. And Newcastle will be a host for semi-state. I do believe that's where that semi-state playoffs will take place for Bishop Dwenger. Now they present the trophy to the Saints. Well, Bishop Dwenger takes home a regional trophy. And for this game, it was mostly Preston Ross providing the boost for the Saints, especially scoring, but also rebounding, and Ross had a couple of blocked shots as well. As far as points go, Preston Ross finished the game with 23 points today. Easily led all scorers. Had a number of offensive rebounds and putbacks off of those rebounds. This is an unofficial number, but if I'm not mistaken, I think he had 14 second chance points out of his total 23. Indeed, it is a reason to celebrate as the Dwenger Saints will cut down the nets here in just a moment. Hopefully they got some new nets because there's another game coming up in just under 2 hours. Delta versus Peru. That's scheduled to start at about 7 o'clock. Well, we'll stay on the air and watch as the Saints get to cut down the nets. They win this game 65-43, and then in a moment we'll get you the Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game, and it's not a surprise of who it is. In fact, we'll just go ahead and announce it right now. That's Preston Ross climbing up to the net, and he is going to be our Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game. 23 points, 2 block shots, and if I'm not mistaken, 14 second chance points in this game. Preston Ross, your Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game. He'll get to cut down the first piece of net. That's the honor. Now Sam Campbell is next to cut down the net, or at least he's next in line. And yes, he will climb up the ladder. Now Campbell had a great game in his own right. A couple of steals. He finishes the game all in all with 15 points. Campbell also did not hit a three against Concordia. He did hit one tonight. A huge second half effort as he tried to help the Saints close it out. And did help the Saints close it out. A lot of his points came in the fourth quarter. And against Concordia, Campbell did not score a lot of points in that game, but he did have a great defensive effort, forcing some turnovers, getting a couple of steals. Stellan Rustin had an and one basket earlier in this game. He's at the top of the ladder right now. Actually, he's more midway up the ladder as he cuts down a piece of net. The Saints will continue to have guys work their way up there and cut down the net. Cameron Quinlan next to cut him down, and Quinlan had a couple of blow-by buckets in the second half. Charlie Olson is next climbing up the net, and Olson came in late in this ball game, scored 4 points off the bench, and I tell you what, if he wasn't a senior, watching him play the short amount of time he was in, I would think, well, he might get some increased minutes in his high school career, but unfortunately his high school career is going to end this coming spring. A couple more Saints to talk about here in just a matter of moments, and we'll hope to get a word from head coach Matt Kostoff in just a matter of moments. We'll see if he's got time to come up. But again, more basketball coming your way as Delta gets set to take on Peru. That's Ethan Roy, and Roy, guy who's quick, he's a 5'11 senior guard. And next will be Caleb Lehrman. Now, Lehrman, as I recall, did not have a made shot from the field against Concordia in the sectional championship, but you can't say that about him tonight. Gets 3 makes from the field, and I've got him for 8 points in this particular game. Had some tough catches early on. There were some times where Lehrman was surrounded by opponents. Twin Lakes would get 2 or 3 guys around him, and Lehrman, with his 6'8" size, was able to go up and make the catch even against all that pressure. Well, we're going to be right back here in just a minute. I'll go see if we can't get head coach Matt Kostoff up here for a little post-game interview. Back in just a moment on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I just want to be the best in basketball. So I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me, so I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here. Here.
Here.
I belong here.
always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, I mean, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, I mean, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then, too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier, too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with Gym Rat's basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the EDGE program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
In 4 years, this could be you! At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts. You belong here!
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Yo, what's going on? It's Antoine Taylor with Matrix QB. I'm so excited to announce our new book, The Quarterback Tool Shed, strictly designed to help you slow the game down so that you can speed up. Whether you're a parent, a coach, or a player, it's jam-packed with information. We're going to help you slow the game down by giving you a mental processor so that you can speed up. This resource has all the things you need, from reading the defense, passing mechanics, pre-snap filters, coverage ID, and much, much more. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see you on the inside.
How can we help you see today? At A&J Optical, we offer frames for the entire family: Nike, MCM, Timberland, Victoria's Secret, Tom Ford, Clear Eye View, Ray-Ban, Guess, and our own A&J Optical line. We accept most insurance: Davis Vision, iMed, Anthem, United Health, Medicare, and Medicaid. We are located at 3629 North Clinton Street, right next door to Wood and Nickel.
A&J Optical.
Back here at Newcastle Fieldhouse, Bishop Dwenger is headed on to semi-state with a 65-43 win, and we are just about to be joined by head coach Matt Kostoff. Well, Coach, first of all, huge win for your guys. How happy are you that you're now on your way to semi-state with a regional championship under your belts?
Oh, it's something we told the guys we need to make memories, Thad, and that's what last Monday night did. And tonight, just add, this is only, well, Monday was our 10th sectional in 50-some years of school, so it's tough to win sectionals and regionals, and all the credit goes to them for keep trusting and believing in each other all year. So just unbelievably proud of them.
Well, your big men definitely had the advantage today, especially Preston Ross, 23 points, did a great job on the offensive glass. Caleb Lehrman had a great game on the inside, a couple block shots as well. How pleased are you with your big men?
Well, as I told you Monday night, our game goes through them, and they know that, and that's a lot of pressure to put on them. But they've answered it, especially the last third of the year here. They've both played awesome. You know, Press was, had an ankle injury about a month ago that he's finally now getting back. Full health, but we got to run through those because not many teams have 2 6'8" guys that can do what they do. So with our offense goes through them, and we go as they go.
And of course, Sam Campbell at the guard position also. We talked about his defense on Monday night against Concordia. His offense was definitely there tonight. So was his defense. But how pleased were you with the performance that Sam Campbell put in?
Great. He's had, the kid's had a rough year. He had a very serious knee injury in football. And looking back, we probably should have held him out for a little bit of basketball season, but Sam is such a competitor. He didn't want to do that, and now he's, I think he's, probably mid to late January, you could tell he was back to the old Sam.
All right, well, Coach, thank you for joining me, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
And also, we are joined by Preston Ross. So, Preston, big game for you today down in the blocks. 23 points, a lot of second-chance points. I don't know if you were expecting to have the kind of performance you did, but how happy were you with what you turned in today?
Yeah, I was very happy. I just had to trust in all of my other guys to give me the ball. But it doesn't just come from me. It just comes from them moving the ball around outside, and Caleb drawing 2 guys on him. I mean, they can't guard us both down there. So I was very happy with our performance as a whole.
To win this game, obviously getting past Concordia was a huge accomplishment just because they were 18-6, second-best team in your conference, and now you get past this game in Twin Lakes, a very well-coached team. How happy are you with the team effort and getting this win today?
Yeah, we know Twin Lakes were going to shoot the ball pretty well, so we just executed during practice, and we just put that plan into force today. And I'm very happy with all the guys that were able to do that with me. So I'm very happy with this win. It means a lot for sure.
Now today, Twin Lakes did have a lot of long possessions, and yet you're still able to hold them in the end to just 43 points, outscore them by 22. How pleased are you with the defensive effort, even though Twin Lakes had all those extra possessions, you're still able to get stops?
Yeah, we knew we had to finish once we got it up in the beginning, and that they're going to draw out the game a little bit. They're going to get their shots where they want them, and I'm just proud of my teammates, all of them, for just make sure even when they came in, we needed them, and just when they came in, we just made sure that they did their job and they did to their best ability. So I'm just proud of my whole entire team as a whole.
Well, you're moving on to semi-state next week. How much are you looking forward to your next game?
It means a lot, yeah. Dwenger hasn't been here in a while, so we're trying to get one up on the board in the school. So it'll be a lot of fun, that's for sure.
Well, Preston, thank you for joining me, and congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thank you.
Both Preston Ross and head coach Matt Kostoff joining us in the post-game show as Bishop Dwenger captures a regional championship, their first since 2015, and they will move on to semi-state. The winner of the next game will also move on to semi-state. That'll be Delta taking on Peru, and that's a 7 o'clock start. So we are going to sign off from this broadcast, but we do hope you'll join us around 7 o'clock, a little bit before, as we bring you our next game between Peru and Delta. In the meantime, for Connor Hendrickson, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Newcastle Fieldhouse. Please join us in about an hour and a half. But Dwenger beats Twin Lakes 65-43. You're watching IHSAATV.org and SummitCitySports.com.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAFoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.